All right, y'all. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a special Talking and Grubbing live stream tonight. All right, y'all. I'm back here. Hey, what's up, good people? My apologies. Tonight, I'm here doing a special live stream. This is an unadulterated Q&A live. You know, people have been asking me when I'm going to start posting new episodes of my unadulterated podcast. Is over on anchor.fm. Here's the link if you want to check it out. Excuse me. So I figured what'd be a better time to do a new episode than doing it here live with y'all. I'll be answering questions that were sent to me. Also, if you have a question here tonight, you can ask it in the chat and I'll definitely answer it for you. So how's everybody doing on this Sunday? Hope all y'all doing good. I'm doing good. You know, nice day outside today. Got out for a little bit, did a little exercise, took a little walk. For all you that's joining me on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, greatly appreciate it. Wait to get a few more people in. It's been a minute since I've done a live stream. You know, I've been busy with life as well as other things. So I just want to know, definitely want to know how's everybody been. Also, for all my people in the Cleveland area that's watching, I wonder, did y'all go to the draft this past week? Thank you, Tiff. Thank you. Now, the Q&A from tonight's live stream will be posted on anchor.fm. Hopefully sometime this week. Definitely been waiting for this one for a while. Definitely anxious to answer y'all questions. And also, if you like to donate to the channel, you can donate. If you watch it on YouTube, you can donate via Super Chat while I'm live tonight. Or you can do it through Cash App or PayPal. Here's the Cash App cash tag, $ talking and grubbing. That's TALKINNGRUBBIN. Here's the PayPal, email address, talkingandgrubbing@gmail.com. Any support you show this platform, I greatly appreciate it. And I definitely appreciate the ones who have been showing support towards the platform. Your support has definitely helped me out to keep this channel going. Also, I'm going to start working on my video of the NFL draft. I was down there. So I'm going to start editing that pretty soon. So hopefully by maybe the middle of this week, It'll be posting. Y'all can check it out. Now, there's some questions that people ask me when I put out the word that I was doing this live stream. So I'm going to answer their questions. But if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Periscope, you can still answer your question here live. Intelligent Cycle, glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. What's up, LT? I'm doing good. How you been, sir? Right, like I said, if you want to answer while I'm live on here tonight, no matter what platform you're watching, put your question here in the chat, and I'll definitely answer it. You can ask me you can ask me about sports, food. Maybe you want to ask a personal question, as long as it's not too personal. I'll be more than glad to answer your questions. So where's everybody been up to? Hope everybody's been staying safe, especially, we still got the pandemic going on. I know some people have been vaccinated. I know some people still have their issues and questions about the vaccine, which I can understand also. How you doing, Campbell? I'm doing good. Thanks for joining me. KLT, you about to work your first job soon. Congratulations. Glad you're doing good. All right, so I'm about to share my screen. These are questions from the YouTube community. All right, watching all the way from Australia. Thanks for joining me. Well, in your case, on this late night, because I know it's definitely late over there in Australia. So thanks for joining me. I to share my screen, get to a few of these questions. It's from the YouTube community. All right. This is the first one from John Edwards. He says, I'm glad you're bringing back the podcast. Do you think the Lakers will make it to the finals again? He says, I don't think so. I mean, do they have a chance? Yeah, because you definitely got LeBron and AD, and plus the Lakers are still a great defensive team. But the problem with them has been health, basically throughout most of this season. AD has missed significant time, so has LeBron. And I definitely can't see LeBron being fully 100%, especially heading to the playoffs, as we only got about a few more weeks left in the regular season. Now, can they make a deep playoff run? Yeah. But can they get back to the finals? They have a great chance, but it's going to be hard because, with the emergence of Utah, what the Suns have done this season. Also, you still got the Clippers. I know people want to clown them for what happened in the playoffs last year, but they have definitely been playing a lot better. Especially them adding Serge Ibaka definitely helped them out greatly. So I don't think the Clippers are going to be the ones taken lightly this year. All right, so we got Miss Shalana. She's got a food question for me. She says, "Hey QC, I'm glad you are bringing back bringing your podcast back. My question is, I want to cook a pot roast, but I want it juicy and flavorful. Any suggestions on how to make it juicy and not dry?" Well, Miss Shalana, I'll be the first to tell you I'm not a gourmet chef, but according to most sources that I've done this research on, in order to make a pot roast juicy, make sure it doesn't dry out, some people say that you should definitely put vegetables in it, such as carrots, potatoes, onions, put some seasoning on top of the roast. Some people say just just cover it up, put it in there with no rubs at all. But they also definitely said you should either keep it between 325 and 400 for about an hour and a half. Also, others say, you should put it in the oven at 400 for between 15 to 20 minutes. So definitely, Miss Shalana, if you're watching this live stream or watch the replay or listen to the podcast, I hope that answers your question. If it doesn't, then definitely let me know. All right, the next one we got from Matt Phillips. Hello, QC. What NBA teams in the West you think will make the playoffs? Well, of course, the Jazz and the Suns, they've already clinched. The Clippers, they're definitely going to be in. So will the Mavericks, the Nuggets, of course, the Lakers. Now, that 7 through 9, that's a true toss-up because right now you got the Trailblazers, Grizzlies, and the Warriors, as well as the Spurs, all vying for the final 2 spots. So, it's going to make a great, the play-in games in the West are going to be real great, just like it was last year. So I got the first 6. I don't have the final 2 because it's a toss-up between Portland, Memphis, Golden State, and San Antonio. All right, now we got Alex. He says, what do you think of the future? What do you think of the future of the NBA? And I had to ask him to elaborate, and he was asking far as ratings. Now, my answer to that is, the NBA ratings this year are down, and in my opinion, in order for the NBA to change that, they got to change the way they market. They got to change their marketing strategy because they only want to market only the teams in the major markets. They only want to market the Clippers, Nets, and the Lakers. They definitely going to have to expand beyond that because you got Philly, you got Milwaukee with Giannis, Philly with Embiid and Simmons. You got New Orleans with Zion. So the NBA is going to have to find a better way to really market itself so the ratings won't go in the tank. Or otherwise, the ratings are just going to keep on going down and down and down to the point where people ain't going to watch it because a lot of people are just so burnt out by, the product that's being presented on the court now. So the NBA has to find a way to make it more interesting for fans. Also, they have to find a better way to market. to market themselves as a league. Definitely market some of these small market cities. I mean, yeah, of course, the big markets are the money maker, but also you definitely need that small market to counterbalance that. I mean, even though y'all may have y'all disagreements with, but look at the NFL. Look how they market themselves. You could be in any city and be a superstar. Look at a dude like Aaron Rodgers, who's been playing in a mid to small market his whole career in Green Bay. Yes, it's an iconic franchise, but still, Green Bay, that's not a major market. So in order for right now, the way the NBA is going for as ratings, the ratings are going to keep on going down until they change the way they market. So, Alex, I hope that answers your question. Okay, I'm seeing some questions here in the chat. I'm doing good, Miss Shalana. How you doing? Wow, Campbell, you said it's 10 in the morning over there in Australia. Okay. Well, I'm glad you joined me on this early morning. Intelligent Cycle, you said I've been busy working and grinding. All right, you got a couple questions. Okay, you said, what is your thought on A-Rod wanted out of Green Bay? Well, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous that he wants to leave because Aaron Rodgers, he's in a pretty good situation. He's been to two straight NFC championship games. He has some great receivers and a pretty good running back. They just need to do some things to shore up that defense. I mean, come on. They were a touchdown drive away from knocking off Tom Brady and the Buccaneers and going to the Super Bowl. So I asked myself, why does he want to leave? Just doesn't make any sense when he's in a good situation. Now I could see if the Packers finished 5-12 or 5-11 or 6-10, and he was, the bright spot on that team and won out. But I don't get it. Some had to really go down between him and management, or he just doesn't like Matt LaFleur's style of coaching for him to want out of Green Bay. KLT, you asked me, says my state hiring people for jobs. It's so right now, LT. Intelligent Cycle, you said, secondly, what is your thoughts on the Candace Owens and Brett Favre comments on the Derek Chauvin trial? Candace Owens, first of all, how can I find the words, Intelligent Cycle? Oh, yeah, she's a damn idiot. She is an idiot. She's always trying to present herself like she's the smartest person in the room. She's the most educated, which she's not. She's a doggone college dropout. But she wants to present herself like she's the most smartest person in the room. And it's like her facts don't even make sense. Matter of fact, even the lies she tells don't even make sense. And Brett Favre, okay, he just, like the old song says, we see his true colors shining through. Now, he's a damn hypocrite for saying that he doesn't want politics in sports, but here he is talking about politics. And also, what video was he watching to say that Chauvin didn't intentionally mean to kill George Floyd? I mean, come on, the man had his hands in his pockets while his knee is on his neck, and he's just sitting up there smiling. You gotta be one sick and depraved person to do some BS like that. KLT, you said your top 5 is right now this year is LeBron, KD, Kawhi, AD, and James Harden. I'd agree with those rankings. Transition with Trini. What's up, man? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Campbell Leo, you asked me, hey QC, have you ever watched the Australian Football League? No, I have not. I don't think the Australian Football League comes on here in the States. I'm doing good, Trini. Thanks for asking. All right, so anybody has a question, whether you watch it on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Periscope, Twitch, feel free to ask. You know, you can definitely ask me about sports, food, a personal question, long as it's not too personal. You're more than free to ask. Well, thank you for showing love, Trini. Greatly appreciated. I'm glad to be doing this live, being here with y'all. Like I said, this will be on my Unadulterated podcast. So you could definitely check out the audio version of this live stream here on at anchor.fm. So this will hopefully be posted sometime this week. Probably it'll be later this week. Okay, also, there was another question that I missed. This was by Thomas in the community room. He asked me, hello QC, question, do you think the Tampa Bay Bucks will make it to the Super Bowl again? Well, Thomas, to answer that question, I mean, they have a great chance. Of course, they got Tom Brady. Also, they have a real great defense. They brought all their players back from that team, such as Levante David, Shaquille Griffin, who was a beast in the playoffs. They got Jason Pierre-Paul still. They brought back Ndamukong Suh. So they definitely have a great chance of getting back to the Super Bowl. Now, as far as winning it, that's a whole nother story because it's hard to repeat in any sport. That's why we don't have a lot of back-to-back champions in any sport. Matter of fact, as far as Super Bowl champs, there hasn't been a back-to-back Super Bowl champion since the Patriots in the mid-2000s. So the Bucs definitely have a real good chance of getting back to the Super Bowl, but they're definitely going to have some competition in their way, such as the Packers, as well as the 49ers. Because I definitely think the 49ers are definitely going to be back on track this upcoming season. Especially if Jimmy G is healthy, I could definitely see the 49ers being a contender once again in the NFC. Also, they're going to have Nick Bosa come back as well as George Kittle. So the Bucs can make it back there, but they're definitely going to have some competition in getting back to the Super Bowl. K-Trine, you said, I don't know if you guys are into English Premier League, but if you guys do, what do you think about the big protest in Manchester United grounds today? Old Trafford, the game got postponed. Let me see. What's that about? What was the protest about? Matter of fact, Trini, can you give us more information on this protest? What was it about? What was the protest about? Trini, you said they're basically fed up of ownership of the club. Okay. Oh, okay. Thanks for the extra info. Now that's crazy because let's be real, a lot of Americans definitely have their issues with the ownerships of their respective teams. But I never seen a fan base ever storm the stadium or the arena over it. That's a first. That's a first. That is definitely a first where fans decide to storm the stadium over ownership. But they'll definitely storm something in a minute without hesitation. Okay, so the Glazer family. Okay, yeah, that is the same Glazer family that owns the Tampa Bay Bucks. But that is the first time I've heard a fan base just storm a stadium over ownership. But the fans they're paying customers, they definitely have a right to voice their opinions at ownership on what's not going well. And also the fans do deserve to have some say with the owners because They're spending their money on season tickets, concession, souvenirs, memorabilia. Also, they may be bringing someone from, another country or out of town to the games. Now, storming the stadium, that's just something different in its entirety. But I can't blame the fans for being upset with the Glazer family if the Glazer family hasn't done well hasn't, done the right thing under their ownership. I always feel this way. If an owner's not going to do right by the fans and try to do their best to put a winning team out on the field or out on the court, then just sell the team. That's how I feel. Just sell the team. Trini, you also said a lot of news in the EPL, English Premier League, especially the season ticket holders. They got a lot to say. Definitely. Definitely your season ticket holders, your single ticket holders. They definitely got a lot of, they definitely have a right to voice their opinion and displeasure at ownership if they feel the ownership is not trying their best to put a winning team together on the field. Matter of fact, hey, I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. We went through that with Randy Lerner for years. A lot of fans were PO'd at Randy Lerner, and they felt, because they felt like he was very aloof. He didn't really care about the team. He only took it over because his dad, the late Al Lerner, owned the team. It was more like a hobby to him than a job. He was barely at the NFL owner meetings. Also, excuse me. Also, he never really went to any Browns press conferences. He was more focused on his soccer team overseas than he was the Cleveland Browns. So in some ways, I can definitely understand how the English Premier League fans feel over there, because we went through it over here in the States for a while. Y'all excuse me for a moment. I have to step away. I'll be right back. My apologies, good people. Trini, you also said you're correct, brother, and that mentality is not going to take them very far in England. It's different there. People want to win stuff. It's in their DNA to fight for the barge. Definitely, because those folks over there are definitely passionate about their version of football. They're very passionate over there. I'm doing good, Alex. How you doing? You missed I answered your question at the beginning. Do you got any more questions for me? If y'all want to still ask questions, ask them in the chat. Hey, what's up, John? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. I answered your question at the beginning of this live stream. That's okay, Alex. Okay, do you two have any more questions? If you do, you can put them in the chat. Alex, you asked me, are you happy with the Browns pick? Are you talking about the first round pick, Alex? Because if you are, I'm definitely happy with that pick. I like Newsom. You know, he definitely fulfills a need. Definitely need more cornerback depth. So I'm definitely anxious to see what he can do. What's up, Vince? Glad to be back. You got a question for me, Vince? Vince, you asked me, have you been in the sun? No, I haven't. I've actually been more in the cold, more in the cold, rain, and a little bit of sun the last 3 days. I was at the NFL draft here in Cleveland, and it was definitely fun. Got a chance to meet different fans. Also, got a chance to see some real great displays like all the Super Bowl rings, as well as the Vince Lombardi trophy. I even kicked the field goal. Well, attempted anyway. I didn't make it. I came this close. It came that close to get going through, but it went a little to the right. But it was just definitely great to see, people be out and about again, socializing, fellowshipping with each other. And definitely can't wait to see that again when I go to the NFL draft in Vegas next year. And also, I met a Raiders fan. He has his own podcast. He was a very funny dude. So I'm gonna start working, start putting that video together, getting everything together, editing it, and should be posted sometime this week. Vince, you said, what will you change your format during live streams for the upcoming NFL season? Vince, can you elaborate, please, far as what? Like what? Like, do you mean like what I changed my background, Vince? Because I really not going. Well, I don't really think I'm going to really change my format during the NFL season. Of course, I'm still going to be doing dinner and Sunday night football live streams. We're going to go on. We're going into season 3. And if y'all didn't know, the NFL schedule is coming out 1 week from Wednesday. That's May 12th. So I definitely know what all the Sunday night games will be. I can tell you which some of the teams is going to be on Sunday night football. Of course, the Chiefs, as well as the Packers, Bucks, Steelers, Ravens. The Browns are definitely going to have a Sunday night football game or two. In my opinion, I think it's going to be the Browns and the Chiefs playing that first Sunday night football game of the season. Because, of course, the Bucks are going to start with the Thursday night game because they're the defending Super Bowl champs. Probably might kick it off against the Patriots. But who knows? Tom Brady going up against his old coach, his old team. What better way to kick off the season? As he came off of a Super Bowl title. Well, I changed different backgrounds, but I don't know about different jerseys, Vince. Of course, the backgrounds will be different. Like with the dinner Sunday night football background, I always have the Sunday night football background thumbnail of the matchup for that week. So that's definitely still going to stay intact. But I don't know. But as far as the jerseys, I'm not sure on yet, Vince. Okay, Trini, you said you don't know too much about American sports. You're more into cricket and football, aka soccer. Well, that's okay. We're definitely here to help you. Michelin, you asked QC, do you have pics and videos from the NFL draft in Cleveland? Yes, I do. I have plenty. So I'm in the process of starting to starting to put things together. I'm going to make a video of it. I also got a couple of interviews as well. So hopefully that video will be posted this week. Took a lot of cool pictures, met a lot of interesting people. Matter of fact, let me share y'all. Well, I know there's a Q&A, but I gotta share this story. This was funny. While I was I was there the second day, which was Friday, and this lady who had her friend come visit her from Maryland because her son is currently attending college at Bowling Green. They were all sitting in the stands watching people on the field. While I was there, she was trying very hard to hook her friend up with the man so she could try to get her friend to move back here to Cleveland. I wish I could have recorded it, but you know how some people feel about being recorded these days. But it was so hilarious. Plus she was deep into a few beers. But yeah, Miss Elena, I definitely have pictures and some videos that I'm definitely gonna put together, make a video of. So definitely be on the lookout for that. Hopefully sometime this week. But it was fun being down there. I wanted to go to the one in 2019 in Nashville, but unfortunately, timing and scheduling didn't permit it. And luckily, I didn't go to the one last year because, as we all know, COVID ended up canceling that. But I'm definitely anxious to go to the one in Vegas next year. But Cleveland definitely showed up and definitely showed out for this 2021 NFL draft. Now, I'm not dogging the other host cities, like Nashville, Philly, or Chicago in the past, but this NFL draft here in Cleveland felt a little bit more authentic. It felt like, the fans in the city embraced the NFL draft more. And I was telling somebody from Nashville this on social media that, let's be real, most people went to Nashville to get drunk and party. And also, there was a lot of ticked off bachelorettes that weekend. And not to say there aren't any diehard Titans fans, because there are. I met a few of them. But this draft felt just authentic. You felt like you were in a real football, well, no, I'm not gonna say real. That's not the right word. You felt like you were in a football city if you came to the NFL draft in Cleveland this past week. I'm doing good, Max. How you doing? Thanks for joining me. Okay, Trini, how can you communicate with me? You can communicate with me through email, Facebook. I'm gonna give you my email now. Okay, there's my email address. Max, you asked me, what do you think of the overall draft picks of different teams like the Colts? Hey, let me refresh my memory on who the Colts picked. Well, who the Colts picks were. Okay, it seemed like the Colts basically went defensive heavy. Of course, they took Kwity Paye out of Michigan, the defensive end in the first round. Then they took another one in Deo. I don't want to mess up his last name. In the second round, okay, they picked up a tight end, Kalen Granson. Another safety in the fifth round from Florida, Sean Davis. Okay, they picked up a QB in the sixth round, a wideout in the seventh. They might start Chan. Hope I said his name right. And the final pick, they took a guard from Penn State, Will Fries. Colts had a pretty solid draft, I'll say, Max. You know, they definitely added depth on the defense. Now, Pittsburgh, I don't know what they were thinking. Why? Okay, now Najee Davis, okay, he's a pretty good running back, but why take him with the first pick? They should have got an O lineman because Najee Davis, in my opinion, he would have still been there in the second round. It's like the Steelers were, ended up outthinking themselves on that one. That's just something that just, boggled my mind with that pick. I don't know why the Steelers would make that pick that early. Henry, how you been? I'm glad to be back. I'm glad you're back. Okay, you asked me, are you looking forward to the NBA playoffs? Oh, yeah, definitely. Definitely can't wait for them to start in a couple of weeks. I definitely want to see, can the Jazz surprise people and come out of the West? Is this Brooklyn super team the best in the East, or will someone like a team, or will a team like Philly, stop them on their tracks of getting out of the East? Also, the play-in games in the West are going to be interesting because right now you have Portland, Golden State, Memphis, San Antonio, and got to throw New Orleans in there. They're fighting for the 7th and 8th spots. So can't wait to see the play-in games. Definitely want to see how the Lakers are going to do fully healthy because 9 times out of 10, they're not going to finish any higher than 5th at the most. So I want to see, can the Lakers be a 95 Rockets and win it all without having any home court advantage in any of the rounds? Excuse me. All right, I'll look out for your email, Trini. Intelligent Cycle, you said the Steelers are going super backwards with their selections. I'll never understand that. Maybe why they couldn't think of Big Ben's replacement or a solid running back, which is why first round exit suits them. Okay, Henry, you said I want a team besides the Lakers make it to the finals. I mean, there's a big possibility of that this year. Like I've been telling people, you got the Jazz who definitely came out of nowhere and surprised everybody. You got the Suns doing their thing. Chris Paul is like he's turned back the clock. He's looking like the Chris Paul that he was back in New Orleans. Also, you got the Clippers there in the mix. Dallas, they're solid, but I'm not sure about. Chris, I've been around. I have done other live streams. I've been around. I just haven't been around the last couple of weeks because I've been busy with life, but I'm definitely going to be back with some more NBA live streams soon. Excuse me. Especially with these next few weeks as we're getting closer to the end of the season and heading into the playoffs. Going to be live streaming a couple of games maybe this Thursday. Because the playoff race is definitely starting to heat up a little. Richie said, I can't wait till the NFL season starts. Well, you ain't going to have too much. Well, it'll come before we know it. Matter of fact, Chris, you may not know it, but the NFL schedule release is May 12th. So that's 1 week from Wednesday. So you'll find out, who your favorite team's playing who. Also, you'll find out which NFC team is playing. Well, they're playing in that NFC, in that 17th game. Or if you're an NFC fan, you'll find out which AFC team they're playing. Intelligent Cycle, you said CP3 looking like 2012 CP3 with the Clippers. Completely turned back the clock. Yep. Excuse me. LT, you asked me who you got for MVP this year, Talking Media. Okay. In my opinion, it should be I think 9 times out of 10 it's going to be Donovan Mitchell because let's be real. Most of the time, the NBA voters always vote the the player who's on the best team for the most part. I mean, oh man, excuse me. Of course, Steph won back-to-back MVPs. When his team had the best record in the NBA. LeBron won MVP in 2013 when the Heat had the best record in the NBA. Also, the last 2 times with his final 2 years with the Cavs in his first stint, he won MVP. So I definitely think 9 times out of 10, I would have to say Donovan Mitchell. KLT, you said you got the Suns or the Clippers coming out of the West. Definitely can see that. All right, y'all. I got to step away for a moment again. Y'all excuse me. I'll be right back. My apologies, good people. Okay, Miles, you asked me, do you think they will let more fans go to the NFL games this season? Definitely a possibility if more people start getting the vaccines. I definitely think more fans will start go. They'll start letting more fans go to games, or they might just. Well, I won't say they'll just only let vaccinated fans in, but it's a possibility that they might let more fans in to the games as the COVID numbers start to go down. More people start getting vaccine. Yeah, LT, I know you got. I know what you meant, that you got the Clippers or the Suns coming out of the West. Chris, you asked me, for the NFL season, will you live stream more Sunday games or will you mix it up? Well, it all depends. I do want to do more Browns games this upcoming season. And also, I'm definitely going to do some Monday night games here and there, depending on the matchup. And of course, I'm still going to be doing my dinner and Sunday night football live streams. So there's definitely be a mix. I do want to do some more Sunday afternoon games. Well, specifically, I want to do more Browns games this season. I want to do more Browns live streams. But like I said, I'm going to definitely do some more. Definitely going to be back with season 3 of Dinner and Sunday Night Football. And I'm definitely going to do some Monday night games. So there's going to be a good mix. And I might do a few Thursday night games. So it's going to be a nice mix this upcoming NFL season, Chris. Excuse me. All right. Probably get off here within the next 10 to 15 minutes. So if you have any more questions for me, you can ask them right here. Miss Shalane, you said, QC, will you come to Chicago for the Taste of Chicago this summer? Miss Shalane, they're gonna have Taste of Chicago this summer? Because if they do, I definitely want to come. I had a lot of fun when I was there in 2019. That was my first time going to the Taste of Chicago. I had been wanting to go for the last few years, but unfortunately, time and scheduling wouldn't permit it. But if Chicago definitely is definitely having it, I'll definitely be there, Miss Shalana. Miss Shalana, you say I think they will. Well, if they do, I definitely would love to go. Michelin, you asked me, is there a taste of Cleveland? No, there's not a taste of Cleveland, but yep, unfortunately, Michelin, there's not a taste of Cleveland. Definitely wish there was, because Cleveland is definitely a foodie city, excuse me. Because we definitely love our food up here. And also, it would give a lot of shine to some of these food trucks as well as some of these online businesses. Okay, if any of you got any more questions for me, you can ask them here in the chat, whether you on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or Periscope. John, you asked me, QC, your podcast coming back? Yes, it is. The recording of this live stream tonight will be on the podcast. Hopefully, it'll be up sometime this week. I figured what better way to, bring it, to really bring it back, was to come on and do it live. And also, as a matter of fact, I have been wanting to do an unadulterated Q&A live for a while now. So I figured this was the right time. All right. If you got any more questions, you can definitely come on and ask me right here, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, or Twitch. Okay, Vince, you asked about the YouTube memberships. Definitely gonna launch that this month. I'm getting off. Got a few. Some content that I finished. That I'm finishing right now. So definitely gonna start the memberships this month. Later this month, excuse me. Because like I said, in previous live streams, I just didn't want to start the memberships and I didn't have any content for you. So, I definitely want to have some content posted once the memberships start rolling. So that way you getting your money's worth. I got my blooper reel. I'm doing a series called What If. That's gonna be, that's gonna have some great things. Just wondering, what if certain things didn't go a certain way? You'll find out what those episodes will be about. Vince, you said great. All right. I'm going to be getting off here within the next 10 minutes. If you got any questions, ask them now, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope, or Twitch. Okay, Michelin, you gonna hold me to that? Okay. Definitely had fun doing this live stream, doing this Q&A with all y'all. Definitely enjoyed answering all your questions. And I thank all y'all for posting your questions, whether it was here in the chat or in the community room on YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. Although for those of you who never heard my podcast, here's the link to the Unadulterated podcast. It's at anchor.fm. You can also listen to it on other sites such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, as well as Google. This has definitely been fun. And also can't wait for how this NBA season is going to finish and see what goes on in these playoffs. Also, I can't wait to share my NFL draft experience with y'all on YouTube. Hopefully that'll be up by this upcoming week. I got a lot of content, well, a lot of stuff to go through, a lot of clips, a lot of pictures to put it all together to make one video, but it's going to be a good video. I can't wait to show that to y'all. And who knows, maybe that might make y'all want to go to the NFL draft in Vegas next year. All right, got it. Okay, if anybody has any more questions, definitely answer them now here in the chat. Whether you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitch, or Periscope, because I'm about to get out of here at least within the next 5 to 10 minutes and wrap this up. Michelin, you asked, is the NFL draft free to the public? Yes, it is. It's free to the public. Also, the tickets for the draft are free. You know, all you have to do is just download the NFL One Pass app once the tickets are announced next year for the draft in Vegas. You know, once you download the NFL One Pass app, you can just register and get your tickets. So it's definitely free to the public. The tickets are free. So pretty much you don't have to worry about anything except for paying for your airfare and hotel and also having your spending money. Michelin, you said okay. And also, Michelin, they had the NFL draft in Chicago twice. I'm surprised you didn't go to either one of them in those back-to-back years. But yes, anybody who's watching this or is going to watch the replay or listen to the podcast, the NFL draft is free to the public. Now, I don't know what the rules are going to be as far as COVID and vaccinations for next year. But it's very fun. It's free to the public. The tickets are free. All you have to do is download the NFL One Pass app and you can get your tickets. Michelin, you asked, are you going next year? Oh, most definitely. I'm definitely going next year. I want to go to the NFL draft every year. They're going to have it in Las Vegas next year. Then the year after that, they're going to have it in Kansas City. So I definitely want to go to the NFL draft every year. So yes, I will be in Vegas next year. And definitely can't wait to see how that goes. Think that's going to be fun as well. But anyways, y'all, I got to wrap this up. I thank all of y'all for joining me on here for this unadulterated Q&A live. This will be a podcast that will be posted on anchor.fm sometime this week. So as soon as it's posted on there, I will definitely let you know so you can listen to it. Also, if you want to watch the replay on YouTube, Facebook Live, you can do that as well. If you want to support this channel, you can support it via Cash App or PayPal. There's the Cash App cash tag. That's $ talking and grubbing. That's TALKINNGRUBBIN. Here's the PayPal email address. It's spelled the same way as it is for the Cash App cash tag, except without the $. It's talkingandgrubbing@gmail.com. But yes, I definitely enjoyed being on here with y'all. And I'm glad y'all took time out your night to come visit me. I feel blessed and honored. I thank God for all of y'all, because without y'all, this platform would not exist. And I wouldn't have the subscribers that I have so far. So I thank all my subscribers for watching, supporting me. This is what I do it for. I do it for y'all. Excuse me. Definitely enjoy doing this live with y'all. Definitely gonna do another one soon. You have a good one, Trini. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Miss Shelena. Just thanks to all y'all who tuned in on YouTube, Facebook Live, Periscope, Twitch. I greatly appreciate y'all. I'm going to be back with a few NBA live streams soon. Definitely want to see how this regular season wraps up. And I'm definitely going to do NBA playoff live streams. So y'all be on the lookout for that. So until next time, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute.